What's up, YouTube? For tonight's video, I'm going to show you how to get the hidden ability Gen 7 starters. So they finally released them, and these are available for everyone to get. All you need to do is have a subscription to Pokebank. So what you want to do is you want to boot up your Pokebank first. Now, firstly, before this even begins, this is available on Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Sun, and Moon. So all four of those games can get it. So I'm just going to pick what game I've got here. I'm going to put it on my Ultra Sun. So obviously you get all three of them, not just one or two. You get all of them. So it's kind of like the exactly like the Reggie event that happened on Pokebank. So we're going to give it all these just by logging onto the Pokebank and using it. And they're the hidden ability Gen 7 starters. So that's awesome. You just give them for free, which is great. And now they'll be available as just the mystery gift from the Pokemon Center. You just talk to that guy, and I'm going to give some movesets on these as well, and let's go ahead and get them. So just go through a Pokemon Center, talk to the guy in the yellow shirt with the blue stripes, and he'll give you all the Pokemon in a row. Now, we got Incineroar, obviously, with Intimidate, which is probably the best hidden ability starter in the game. Well, out of all these three starters, definitely the most handy one. That's going to be used a hell of a lot more. I can see that definitely being used a lot more, especially in VGC for sure. Now we've also got Primarina and we've got Decidueye as well. I'd say those two hidden abilities are not as good, definitely nowhere near as good as the Incineroar, but we've got the for the liquid voice for Primarina, which is pretty cool. Now, we also got the Decidueye, and we're going to have a look at them too, and I'm going to explain what these abilities do and some movesets. Oh, there's my Reggie Rock. Now, firstly, let's go through the Decidueye. So, we've got Leaf Blade, Phantom Force, Shadow Sneak, and Brave Bird. So, they put some decent moves on it too. Obviously, these natures you can soft reset for and stuff too. Also, you can breed them as well. Obviously, they come under your OT just by getting them. So, that's that's really cool. So, now you can breed them. You don't even have to soft reset for a nature if you don't want to. You can just breed up against whatever you need to for whatever nature. So, we've got, obviously, we've got Long Reach, Liquid Voice, and we've already done the Incineroar as Intimidate. Let's give some sets for all of these. So, actually, I was just looking at a couple of these Pokemon. They've got the Fake Out, U-Turn, Darkest Area, and Flare. But that's a pretty solid set on that already, to be honest. So good, definitely good moves. But we'll start from the Decidueye, I reckon. Before we do that, let's have a look at just showing you that the OT is your own, obviously, so you can just have your own OT number. It's not like it doesn't count. It's not classed as like an event or anything like that, just if you are wondering. All right, let's get on to this. So for Decidueye, obviously on this set, we've got Leaf Blade, Phantom Force, Shadow Sneak, and Brave Bird. I'd say Phantom Force would be useful in doubles, and you could also run like Sword Dance on there. That would definitely help with Leaf Blade, Brave Bird as well. Now, Long Reach, obviously, let me explain what Long Reach does. So all moves used by a Pokemon with this ability do not make contact. What I mean by that is, say a Pokemon has Rocky Helmet, right, or a Ferrothorn with like Iron Barbs, those sort of things. They won't hurt you, right? So that's pretty cool. It's a very unique ability. Obviously it's kind of situational, right? But I'd still say it's interesting. I like it, and it's an interesting ability. Obviously, that's you could run just a normal physical Sword Dance sweeping set, would work rather nicely too. You could breed that one up. It's nice that it actually comes with some some usable moves too. If you want to run like a more competitive one, you could definitely whack Sword Dance on there. That would definitely help too. And obviously the item could be Z Crystal for that one too. Now I just put some more Decidueye sets. We might go over you could also do a special one with Nasty Plot that works rather nicely. Obviously you can breed now. You can breed these ones, so you can just pass on the hidden ability. If you're wondering how to breed and stuff with the breeding guide, I have actually put that on YouTube already. Just search like PIMPNITE breeding guide or something, so you can do that. So that's really cool. But man, these are finally released. I was wondering if they were actually ever going to release them, or they were going to change their abilities like later on or something like that. The hidden abilities like they did with the birds. So what was I going to do? A special one. So you can run like Nasty Plot on Decidueye. You could run Energy Ball, obviously that's for stab, and you could run Shadow Ball. You could even, if you wanted to run Ominous Wind, try and go for those scummy boosts, you could too. But they're probably the best special moves on that, and obviously you could run Hidden Power too. Whatever hidden power you'd need to run on that, probably you could run like Hidden Power Fire. That wouldn't be too bad, just to get hit steel types and things like that. But that'd be up to you how you want to go about it. What was I think for Decidueye? You could also run like a bulky one. You could run like it's got nice special defense. You could also run like a special defensive one that could work. Gets cool things like Curse. You could run like a bulky Curse set with Protect or something like that. That could work too. It's quite fun. I've run that a few times. It's pretty good. You actually get some really nice moves. But yeah, if you want to use your long reach one, you can use it against Rocky Helmet Pokemon and Ferrothorns now. Let's get on to Primarina. We'll do, obviously, Liquid Voice. Let me give an explanation of that. So all sound-based moves used by the Primarina become water-type moves. So say the Primarina comes with Hyper Voice, right? That's going to become a water-type move. Obviously, that's going to be very useful, especially in doubles, so it's got to be nice. And once again, a very unique ability too. So any sound-based move you basically used is turned into a water type move. So looking at Primarina's sound-based moves, so we've got Hyper Voice. Just trying to see if it's got any other moves. It's got Echoed Voice. You could run like a crazy metronome set on that. So there are a couple of ones that it learns too. So with the Primarina, it definitely works nice as a choice specs Pokemon, looking more like, I'd say, more singles. You could run it as a choice specs like, Modest Nature, or if you're running Trick Room, you could go Quiet. You could definitely give it, you could just go like, if you want to run Liquid Voice instead over Torrent, you give it Hyper Voice, you give it Moon Blast, Hydro Pump, and I'd say Ice Beam would work really nicely on this Pokemon. That would be good. Nice coverage and very powerful moves too, coming off a very big special attack. So max health, max special attack. Now, if you want to run something a little bit different on that, just having a look at it. Its physical is really, really bad. But if you want to run, I don't think there's no like sound base on its physical at all. But if you want to run like a physical run, you can go like, it does get Waterfall and Aqua Jet, which is quite cool. It also gets Acrobatics too. So you get it grass types. If you've got like a consumable item, you could give it like normal gem, like Giga Impact, and then go like Acrobatics. That'd be terrible, or something like that. But it's got a pretty interesting. It's got some pretty interesting moves on it. So looking at, it also gets Perish Song too, which is pretty cool. I like that. You can make a bulky set like Max Health or, Max Health, Max Defense, so like a really bulky set. And you could also have Baby Doll Eyes, can protect. Just looking at those moves, it's interesting. I really like that. So we'll have a look. We might go back and have a look at that set. I just want to get on to Incineroar, because Incineroar is sort of like the main one you'd see anyway. So with Incineroar, right, obviously we've got Intimidate. You guys know what Intimidate does. If you swap the, if you swap the Incineroar in, it's going to drop the opponent's attack by 1, which is definitely very handy in a VGC doubles play. So that's going to become rise in a lot of usage as well. And it's in singles, so that's going to be very useful too. Generally making it very, very bulky and nice. And the set that it's got, Fake Out, U-Turn, is very good because you can just Fake Out, then U-Turn, and then come back in and Intimidate. So it's it's very handy and making it very, very bulky, and it's got nice attack stat too, and Darkest Area and Flare Bit's a nice stab too. So that's the set that it comes with is actually pretty standard and quite good too. Definitely for doubles and for singles too. That'd be quite good. It also gets some other moves. It does get stuff like Earthquake too, which is quite good. It actually does get Leech Life. If you want to run, I was thinking let's do something really cool with Intimidate, right? We'll go max health and max attack, Adamant Nature. Say we want to do that, right? We've got Intimidate on it, which is going to drop the opponent's attack. So we could swap it in and use like Leech Life. That'd be nice for some health recovery. We can make like a super, super bulky one maybe. I'm just having a look what its other moves were. I wish, if only it could get Power Up Punch. That'd be so good. Then you could run like a Power Up Punch, or sort of like Leech Life set. That'd be crazy. But you could run like a bulky one that'd work nicely, or like Flare Blitz, Leech Life. That could work for a little bit of health recovery if you wanted. It gets Throat Chop. It's such an interesting move, but it's very situational too. Obviously, that's to do with sound type moves. So basically, if you want like more of a standard set, that's pretty much good to go. That set that you're already given there. Outside a couple of other options, but the coverage for that is quite good. If you want to run like a special set, which I want to have a look at, Intimidate can still work, obviously. It's still got Blaze is still good, but Intimidate is like vastly superior in like almost every like aspect. It gets like Fire Blast, it gets Dark Pulse, a Dank Pulse, it gets Focus Miss, and you could give it hell, you could give it like a hidden power as well if you wanted to, or you could give it Overheat if you wanted some more extra power on there as well. It also gets Snarl too, so you can make like a bulky one. You could also run like a crazy like Intimidate Snarl set, like a super, super bulky one. That could work too for a bit of fun. on that one. But yeah, that's basically all there is to this. The thing that the predictions that I want to make here, obviously I see Incineroar usage going up by a lot too. And the good thing about this is they finally like released it, so you can breed it and you can do whatever you like. So you don't have to, even if you don't get good natures and you actually save it, you can breed it up and do it again. So I think that's all the information about this event. I'll provide a couple of movesets for you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for some. I got like a Pokemon sweep or two to upload if I get around to editing them both. But there should be something up tomorrow. All right, just thought I'd let you guys know you can get these now, and just as a little reminder. All right, peace.